Good evening. Would you swim out in the ocean and kill yourself after your authoritarian spouse passed away? Let's take a look back at the late 1800s through Kate Chopin's writing to find out why one might say yes. So grab yourself a coffee or your preferred beverage and let's get right into it. The Awakening by Kate Chopin takes the literary approach of realism. First published in 1899, The Awakening stands out among its romanticized counterparts. The story is told in a realistic way, not changing things to be perfect. Settings are described without any tidying up. Characters are described with traits that aren't knights and princesses. The characters have flaws. Edna Pontier, the protagonist of The Awakening, is torn between maintaining her reputation and following her desires. Leonce, Edna's authoritarian husband, is often away on business and does not get to spend much time with his wife and kids. Robert, with whom Edna has an affair, is overdramatic and lustful. Adele is the ideal Victorian woman, essentially worshipping her husband and working with their kids often. At the time, she would have seemed perfect, but in today's society, she would be seen as a puppet for her husband. At the end of The Awakening, Edna Pontier swims into the ocean and commits suicide by drowning at the end of the story. Edna's suicide is meant to look like an accident. She does not want to ruin her children's reputations. The significance of Edna's suicide comes from her ultimate rejection of proper society. She had had enough of the endless societal pressures and wanted an out. She had had multiple awakenings to desires within her throughout the story. Edna learned that she loved art. Edna learned how to swim. Edna's death occurring in the ocean is symbolic. During the Victorian era, a woman following her desires could lead to social death. Edna's awakening to her desire to swim, combined with several other awakenings of desire, led her to her ultimate grave being in the very water where she was awakened to her aforementioned desire to swim. The Awakening is an excellent novel depicting society holding back a woman from following her desires. While the ending of The Awakening may imply we have no power to change society, if many come together to follow a common desire, society will change. The Awakening by Kate Chopin was released about 20 years before women got the right to vote in America. Many women and even some men came together to fight for the common goal and desire of women's suffrage, and they succeeded.